So I'm on my way back from work and I get a call from my dad saying that one of the greenhouses he has up here is actually collapsed. I think it more like buckled in actually, but I'll show you what I'm talking about here in just a second. It's a pretty hot day today actually. Earlier it was 107 degrees. I've had my AC on auto for the last 20 minutes now. Set at about 75 here in the car, and it hasn't turned down since. So it's a pretty hot day out there, which means it's even going to be even hotter in the greenhouses here. It's not uncommon for these things to get up to about 140, 150 degrees or so during a hot day like this. So I'm going to just go inside and show you exactly what happened here. It's pretty amazing the amount of weight that had to be on this when you look at how strong these structures and these beams are. So let's go take a look. So here's the one that collapsed. This one's still okay. You can see the design difference, and believe it or not, this style house here with a whole bunch more crap in the way, as you can see, a lot more purlins and supports. This is actually weaker than the buckled in one over here, as you can see. So what I was told happened, and it makes sense. There's a much wider gap. There's about a 12-foot gap between these. There's only a 6-foot gap in between these here. The reason this one collapsed is he had some raccoons actually get up into these 2 layers of plastic. The way this works is you have 2 layers of plastic, as you can see here. You got one here and then another one up top. Those are inflated with air, and that's what serves as a roof. It's great for insulation, but the problem is if you get a hole in it, they deflate. And the issue we had is, since there's a 12-foot gap in between these, water was building up inside the plastic here in between this 12-foot section, and eventually it got so heavy. We got over 13 inches of rain last month, which was incredible. It got so heavy that these thick supports here, these purlins, literally buckled. I mean, this is some thick stuff too. This is just crazy. Look how thick that is. It just split right down the middle. So there had to be a tremendous amount of weight up there to pull these in. The other crazy thing is, you can see it's actually spread the gutters here. Now, these brackets here are supposed to hold them in place should this happen, but as you can see, that wasn't the weak point. It literally pulled the posts in. You can see that one shifted too. The whole house shifted. If you look over here at one of the furnaces here, the exhaust is literally pulled in. Now, this is the older greenhouse he has. It's the oldest one on the entire property, so it's probably going to come down anyway. He's just going to tear it down. But as you can see, that exhaust was literally pulled in. The whole greenhouse is leaning sideways, and lucky nothing happened here. We got some gas lines touching that motor there, just to give you an idea of how far pulled it was, or how far it was pulled in. So luckily nothing broke, but the gas was all shut off anyway. This was a large heat lamp he had for some plants. The good thing is, like I was saying earlier, this house wasn't even used this year. He had some tomato plants in it, and that was it. So we're probably going to take it down, keep this other one up here. Here's some of the bulb from that lamp that fell. That's some thick glass there. It's a big 1,000-watt bulb that goes in those. But yeah, this is crazy. The whole thing is just buckled right in the middle. It didn't even break the PVC. That's also pretty amazing. But yeah, we're lucky nothing happened there. No fire started there. You can see there was some burning going on though. Never really amounted to anything, but Anyways, crazy stuff. I was going to that big light. So, shut off all the electricity to it. Just go out here. And on the other side, can't really see much from the top, but if I go around to the outside here, you can see how it's actually pulled in. There's nothing in any of these greenhouses at the moment either. You can see how it's actually pulled in there. So these are probably going to get, or at least this one's probably going to get torn down, because it's old. I go saying I think this thing's nearly 40 years old. You can see where it buckled there. It's a lot of water. These new ones though, these are all okay. Wasn't really designed to have this style of roof either. They had just had regular fiberglass roof, like you see on the sides there. So it's unfortunate, but it happens. Deflates, and then you get a bunch of water up in there, and it's kind of neglected over time, because like I was saying, nothing's really down here. So it goes unnoticed, and then before you know it, it falls in. I think he didn't even realize that it happened until like 3 days afterwards. Anyway, trying to find a thermometer, and here's one. Just give you an idea of how warm it is. I mean, you'll start pouring sweat just sitting in here. So, a little cooler than I thought. Either that or this just isn't reading properly. This is showing 112. But that's probably because we have a gaping hole here that's letting all the heat out. But I have seen it upwards of 140, 150 degrees. It gets hot in these things. It's an oven, basically. That's what it is. So there's that. Like I said, probably be tearing this down anyway. He wanted me to come take a look at it and see approximately what it would take to tear down. Obviously, you need some kind of lift or something to stand around it, but it's going to come down. That's the plan. Give us a place to park all these trailers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and there's 2 more in use, so there's about 9 trailers down here. Anyway, so that's that. If we decide to take it down or something, I'll be sure to get a video of it. Promises to be interesting.